day, you see now how all your so-called power counts for absolutely nothing. How your entire empire of destruction comes crashing down, all because of one little cherry. One little. What a lovely ballet. It's so full of form and color. One little. One little.
It's Mo. It is July and I am in Ohio. It's actually 2 days after I got here. I got here on Monday night. I got here really late. My plane was late about an hour out of Newark. We sat on the tarmac and taxied for about an hour. It was the hottest plane ride I have ever taken. I'm usually freezing on plane rides and I wear all sorts of sweatpants and sweatshirts and things, and I'm usually still cold, but I was literally sweating the entire flight, the hour that we sat waiting and then the hour that it takes to get to Ohio. So that was not pleasant, but other than that it was fine. It's such a quick flight, like I don't mind having to wait a little while, and I got to the airport only about half an hour before we boarded anyway, so I wasn't waiting that long. All totaled it was probably about 3 hours. 4 if you count the drive from New Jersey, from my house to the airport. But anyway, I got here on Monday night, I got in, I snarfed some food down real quick, and then I went to bed. I was so tired because I had gotten up early on Monday to go to my office job, which I usually go to on Tuesday, but I went there on Monday. The cats are good. I'm here cat sitting my nephew cats while my BFF is away, and it's pretty much the way that I left it last year. Still pretty sparse in here. She's definitely a minimalist. I am not, but it was nice. Some of the plants I bought her last year are still alive, so that's nice. And I plan to buy her some more plants before I go. Yesterday was my first full day here and I spent that mostly working. I had to submit payroll and I had to do another payroll doc for my other job and I had to do a bunch of work. So I got that work done yesterday, and today I have a little bit more work to do. It's about 9 a.m. and I am getting started for the day. I woke up at 4:45 and I couldn't go back to sleep, so I have been up for a while. I watched some booktube and I read my book. I am currently reading Build Your House Around My Body by Violet Coopersmith. I'm reading this for the TBR spin the May TBR spin, because I didn't even do June yet. So I'm hoping to finish this while I'm here and then be able to check the June prompt and see if a book on my list will work, or maybe a book that I'm gonna get here. Yesterday, I did go out for a little while in the evening just to pick up a few groceries. And also I went to the Goodwill and another thrift store, and I did already buy 6 books, 7 if you include one that I bought for my friend. I definitely plan on this being a book holiday. Last year when I was here, I discovered the Bookshelf, which is a not-profit used bookstore chain, like local chain, that is all about literacy for adults. So they have an adult literacy program, and then they have all these used bookstores where people donate books, and when you buy them, the money goes to the literacy program. So that is awesome. I went to 2 last year. There's one in the main little town where right near her house, and then there's one in like a little bit more of a spread out suburban town, but I realized that there's like 2 more not that far away. So I'm definitely gonna go to at least one other one, plus those 2 that I've already been to. And there might be other bookstores or book-ish things to do. There's definitely another Goodwill that I want to go to, and maybe some other thrifts that I can go to too. Oh, actually, I just remembered there was another thrift in the little town that had books. So maybe we'll do that later today. So my plan is to do work. I do have to do work every day, Monday through Friday. I'm going to try to only do a little bit, and then I'm going to try to spend the day like relaxing. And I've definitely been taking my time, taking it easy. This is a vacation for me as well as a working vacation, doing my work from home job and taking care of my nephews. But I'm excited to be here again. It's very pretty here. The weather is nice. It's a little bit hot, but we've had a good time. So I did buy 6 books already. I will do an Ohio book haul after I've picked up more books. Also, last year when I was here, I had my broken phone. I didn't have my new phone, and I couldn't use the Little Free Library app, but now I have the Little Free Library app on my new phone, so I'm definitely gonna hit some Little Free Libraries. I think there's like 5 or 6 in each of the 2 little towns that I'm close to, and then 2 actually in another little town. I'm very excited about that. You can see all the books that I brought with me. I brought like 7 or 8 books with me in my Pack With Me video, which will come out before this vlog, I'm sure. Like I said, I'm reading Build Your House, and then my friend left me this book on the nightstand, Journey of Souls by Michael Newton, PhD, Case Studies of Life Between Lives. So this is not my normal kind of book, but it is only 276 pages, but it's mostly interviews with people. So I am going to read some of this as well. My friend, my BFF wants me to read it. It's not my usual kind of book. We'll see how I get on with it. I am interested to see what it's all about. And like I said, it looks like it's going to be really quick and short. So that one is pretty fun. So I might be reading that. And I have been reading the Wayward Children series. So the day that I left, I started Every Heart a Doorway, and I ended up finishing that night, actually. I was able to download it and listen to it on the plane, and then I listened to like the last 30 minutes right before I went to bed. So I did really like it. This is my first Shauna Maguire that I've read, and I thought it was good. I think I'm going to talk more about it in another vlog, but I liked it. I really did like it. I enjoyed it very much. I don't know. I didn't think it was like as amazing as everybody thinks it is. I mean, maybe it was the circumstances that I was reading it during traveling or whatever, but I found some things about it not as compelling as other people seem to find the Wayward Children series, but I did really like it. And I immediately started Down Among the Sticks and Bones. after that. And yesterday while I was working and at the end of the night, I actually finished Down Among the Sticks and Bones. So I have read 2 Wayward Children novellas in 2 days. And this morning I started the 3rd in the series, which is Beneath the Sugared Sky. I actually own Down Among the Sticks and Bones and Beneath the Sugared Sky because I knew eventually I wanted to read this series, and I knew I would want to have the books if I could. And that is true. I do like the series enough to want to have the books. So Down Among the Sticks and Bones, it took me longer to get into than Every Heart a Doorway. I think that it was a little jarring not being in the Home for Wayward Children, and I think it was also a little jarring just following 2 people as opposed to following like a group of people, because you kind of get into the swing of things with the first book, and then the second book changes things up, and then the 3rd book goes back to follow kind of the but like the structure of the first book. So I've already started that, and I am enjoying it so far. I like that we were introduced to a big cast of characters again. I like that we're introduced to new characters, so that's fun. So I'm having fun reading those. I definitely, like, they're so quick and like easy to read. So I think I'll just keep reading those this week as well. And then I brought a whole bunch of other books, and then I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of other books. So those are all the books that I'm reading for this vacation. My plan today, do a little work, film some videos, do a little work, maybe take a nap because I got up so early, and then head into town and do a few things. I'm gonna try and get into town a little bit earlier today. I went out late yesterday, which is why I didn't do very much, but I would like to get out like a little earlier and see a few more things today. The other thing that's great about having a phone that works is that I can use the GPS on the map and it can tell me the directions. My other phone would die immediately if I did that. It's kind of easy peasy. Like, I just have to figure out where I want to go and then turn the phone on, and the phone does all the work for me, which I love. I'm very excited about that. So let me know if you've ever been to Ohio. Let me know what you thought of it. I'm glad to be back. I'm happy to be with my nephews. I'm excited to spend a few days vacation here. Did I mention that I'm here for a week? So I'm here for 4 full days on my own. I came here Monday night, and then Friday night, my BFF and her family get back. And then Saturday and Sunday, I get to hang out with my BFF. And then Monday, I leave super early. But the cheapest flight that I got was flying first class, which I've never flown before. So I'm super excited to see like what first class is like and if it's really that different. See how the other half lives. I gotta do some work, and then we'll go on some more adventures and we'll buy some more books. You're so beautiful. You're so majestic. You're gorgeous. slept well last night. Probably the most I've slept since I've been here, which is nice. The night before, I slept the least amount of time since I've been here. I woke up at like 5 in the morning before that, really. And so I definitely like took it really easy during the day, and then I ended up taking a nap from like 1 to 2, and then at 3 I went out and I went to a little town like a half an hour from here to go to a bookstore, and of course the bookstore was closed, but the woman was still in there. She was like counting the till, and she was like, "Oh, you can come in." And I felt so bad. I was like, "Oh, I don't want to come in," but then I was like, it was in an old bank and I wanted to see it, so I was like, "Okay, I'll come in." And then I was like, "Okay, I'll leave," like I just walked around for a minute, and she was like, "Well, you're not gonna buy any books?" And I was like, "Oh no," like she really wants me to buy books. So I decided that I would buy books. So I walked around and I found like 4 books that I wanted to buy. I mean, I can always find a book to buy, of course, but there were 4 books there, some that I were really interested in. Look for my Ohio book haul either before or after this video to see which books I got. So yeah, so I was like a little disappointed because the town was setting up for the 4th of July, and I guess I expected everybody to be doing their celebrations on the 4th, but everybody's doing their celebrations on the 3rd. So even in my hometown, or where I live, they're doing it on the 3rd as well. My husband walked down to the boardwalk and stopped at the little free library down there, which is cute. The fireworks were going off all night last night. I think that kind of like helped me fall asleep because they were like still kind of rumbling. This house is so quiet. It's like hermetically sealed, and so there's like no sound. You don't like hear that much sound ever. Sometimes I hear the tractor in the back. I hear the farmer's tractor going, but mostly you hear like basically nothing, just like the humming of the appliances and the super low tone, super quiet like hum of the air conditioning constantly, but you don't really hear anything else. So it's kind of nice when you can hear a little noise. I'm a city girl. I'm used to like having noise at night and during the day that I can mark the day on. At home, the church by us got a new church bell, so now the church bells chime every hour, which I also really like. It's nice here because it's like vacation-y, like I definitely feel like I'm in a different place, and I definitely feel like I'm out of my routine, but in my routine, like I'm able to do all the things that I like to do every morning, have my coffee, fill my bullet journal out, read, do my work in the office, but it definitely also feels like a different place and time. So, more of a vacation atmosphere. I mean, it is a working vacation. The night before I had the dryer running, and I really liked that because that was like, it was a little loud because I had my backpack in there, but I really liked the way the dryer sounds, and it was very soothing, and I fell asleep. But that was the night that I woke up super early. So anyway, I went to this bookstore in this cute little town, and the town would have been probably really cute, and I would have liked to walk around, but since they were setting up and the streets were closed off, like no one was around, like not a single person, so I didn't really walk around that much. I stopped at a Goodwill on my way home, but by that point it was so humid, it was so hot. I was a little disappointed not being able to see the things that I wanted to see, and having traveled like so far to see them, that I just went home. And I was starving by that point too. I just didn't eat enough during the day, so I was really hungry, so I made myself a big dinner and settled in for some booktube. I read the end of In the Sugar Sky, the 3rd in the Wayward Children series, and then this morning I got up at like a normal time, 8:30, and I read some more of Build Your House Around My Body. This trip feels different than last year, partly because I'm like much more familiar with everything, so I feel much more comfortable like with the things in the house. The house is like a little bit more lived in because it's been like 2 years since I lived here as opposed to 1 year when I first, when I came last year. But I definitely feel like the marking of time, and this trip has made me feel like old. I'm much heavier than I was last year when I got here, and I can feel that just even in like walking around. Like last night when it was extremely humid, but I just took a walk around like the cul-de-sac, and I just felt very like heavy and like slow going up and down the stairs. I'm so glad we live in a ranch. That sounds like such an old person thing to say, and it is an old person thing to say, but going up and down the stairs, like my knees just hurt so much more than last year. I mean, they hurt last year, but they hurt so much more than last year. I look back at my packing video last year and I just look so much older. I look so much different. So it's an interesting, reflective time in a weird way to like be out of time, out of place where you normally are. You know, you get lost in your daily routine when you're in your normal place. You don't see the passage of time as much. You don't feel the aging or the changes that are going on because you're too close to it. But when you step away, I mean, and that's what I love about vacations and I love about traveling and going different places. When you step away, you're not only able to see yourself in a different light because you're in a different place, but you're able to like look at your life at home in a different way. I love that feeling of vacations, of coming home and feeling like energized and excited and inspired to make changes, to do things differently, or to keep up with routines that you had on your vacation, or to create new routines that you didn't have. You know, like if you're on a vacation where you're running around all the time, where you're doing lots of different things, maybe you get home and you're like, oh, I'm going to like put these routines in place. You know, there's always that feeling of like newness and freshness, the start of something when you get home. And I think I will feel that way when I get home after this. But like being here, because it's familiar, because I've been here before, because I'm used to it, you know, much more than I was the first time that I came here. I see all those differences like a little more acutely. Like I can see the year ago myself, the former myself, and the new myself, and how things have like changed, declined, or progressed. So, you know, vacation, it's always a fun time to like reflect on those things. Very like reflective, very much a time to like see yourself in a mirror image of yourself. So today is the holiday, so I don't know what's gonna be open. I don't know what's going on. I've definitely been like not working as much as I should. That's not true. I worked a lot on Tuesday. I worked like a full 8-hour day on Tuesday, so that was good. Wednesdays at home, I generally don't work that much, but I only worked a couple of hours yesterday. I do need to do some work today, but I'm worried that everything's gonna close early, 10:18. So I'm debating going out first, going out early, doing the stuff early, and then coming home and working in the afternoon, because I think everything's gonna close. Like if anything's open today, it's gonna close by, I mean, everything closes here at like 5 o'clock anyway, but like I think it's gonna close even earlier. So I think I should get ready. I want to do a couple of things on the computer, but more like personal things. I have to update my story graph, and then I might take a shower. I'm not gonna take a shower. I'll take a shower either later or tomorrow. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go out. I think I'm gonna eat a pizza tonight for dinner, because I think when my friend comes home, we're gonna wanna cook together. We have 2 days. I have 2 days with my BFF when she gets back, and I'm hoping that we'll go out to eat at some point, like breakfast, lunch, dinner during those 2 days, or once each day, and then we'll cook together. My plan is to cook together. Actually, let me text her right now. Okay, text it. I haven't read any of the book that my friend wanted me to read yet. I don't want to. Is that wrong? I don't want to. It's not that I don't want to read that book. I just don't, I want to read my books. I brought a lot of books. I brought so many books to read, and I can tell already, because I started the Wayward Children series as I was coming here, I'm not going to read the majority of the books. I'm hoping to get through Build Your House, and then I'm hoping to read like a book of poetry. But even the book of poetry that I brought, one of the books of poetry, I know I'm not going to read, so I shouldn't have brought so many books. Because also I've picked up a bunch of books already that are cool and I would like to read. There's quite a few that I'm interested in. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna read it. Maybe I'll take it on the plane on the way home. Maybe she'll let me borrow it and I'll take it on the plane on the way home and I'll read it then. But also, probably not, because it's like about the afterlife, so I don't want to read that on the plane. I don't know, we'll see. are gorgeous.
Thanks for stopping.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
What's left of it? I only need 3 cups.
Yeah, we probably should get that. Well, this is a good.
Oh, look.
My friend is coming home today, and she's not going to appreciate that I kept all my trash throughout my trip, so I did want to go through it and just show you some of the things that I accumulated in like only 4 days. Look at all this trash, and this definitely isn't all of it because there was other trash that I threw out while I was walking around and things like that. It's about half and half food trash and like buying things trash. I did have to buy that hairbrush and the nail clippers, so that had packaging. I ate a bunch of yogurts that had packaging. Some of the packaging came with me from New Jersey. I bought stuff at the Goodwill. I used some toilet paper. I finished off some cheese, and then cat food, of course. I think it's important to pay attention to what kind of trash you're creating, and an easy way to do it is to see what you accumulate on vacation. After this, my friend came home, and the next day we went out for breakfast to this waffle place where like everything was a waffle. This was a traditional waffle, but I also had like potato waffle and egg waffle. It was very interesting and very strange, and the rest of the vacation I just hung out with my best friend. We did some cooking together, we traveled around a little, we did a little shopping and exploring, and later we ended up going to a park and walking along a trail. We had a fire one night, so it was generally a fun time, but I didn't film any more clips of me talking throughout this time, so I thought I would just pop in here and give you a little explanation that this was the end of the trip. I had a wonderful trip to Ohio, seeing my cat nephews once again, and I look forward to going back next year. On the way home, I had a super early flight. I had to be out of the house at like 4 o'clock to get to the airport in time. And then I was in first class. This is my first time ever flying first class, and it was fine. It was good. I could definitely see that if you had a long flight, that it would be important to have first class, or if you flew a lot, it would be important to have first class. But honestly, I didn't think it was that different than the economy or economy plus that I usually fly. I mean, it was nice to have not so many people, and this flight, no one was like coughing and there wasn't someone directly next to me, so I didn't feel like I needed to wear my mask on the plane, which was kind of nice. I usually always wear a mask on the plane. Yeah, first class was interesting. I would definitely try it again, especially on a longer flight if I could. Let me know if you've ever gone to Ohio. Let me know where in Ohio you've ever been. Let me know where is a place that you would travel to see your best friend, to cat sit, to see your cat friends. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.